Get started with the exclusive Equilife Health Assessment and receive personalized recommendations tailored to your unique health needs. Whether you're struggling with digestion, weight loss, hormone imbalances, or reversing the aging process, we're here to help you discover the real reason why you haven't been able to get well. After completing the assessment or vitamin tox lab test, uncover the root cause of your health issues. With ongoing support from elite health coaches and our online community, you'll stay on track. Start your journey to better health today at equi.life. Equilife.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Hey y'all, I'm April.
And I'm Caroline.
And this
is your Bloody Happy Hour.
Caroline, are you ready for this?
This is your newest guilty pleasure.
It's the bloodiest part of your week.
Did we say something about it also being happy hour?
Show did.
Because we about to be sipping on some murder. Bloody Happy Hour.
Hey y'all, this is April.
And this is Cassandra.
Cassandra.
This is Caroline. I'm going to try to be Caroline, but I might be Cassandra, so.
Cassandra is back. She makes her appearance at least once a year.
At least once a year.
Faithfully. Love it when Cassandra's here.
So, hey guys.
You do totally have a total different personality when you're Cassandra too.
Oh, yeah.
You're totally not Caroline.
I'm just chill. Like the vibe is very different.
Yeah.
And it's just like ASMR.
It is.
So then that's how we're going to be today. We're doing a quickie.
Everybody. And it's always when you have to do the story.
I know.
Okay, so tune in for Thursday too, because Cassandra will be back and Cassandra will be telling us the story.
Yes, she will.
Let's talk about some news because that is what this.
I was trying to push silent. I pushed just the other thing.
That is what this episode is about. It's about what's going on in the news. And we got somebody who we talked about on a Patreon episode a while back from Wisconsin. Taylor Shabusiness was back in the news this week.
I did see that notification. She attacked a prison guard.
Yes. So
she's crazy.
It was a Patreon episode, but she was crazy on meth, chopped up her boyfriend.
Put his head in a bucket.
Chopped off his penis, but I feel like she did something with the penis before.
She did.
Anyways, she got life.
And when she went to trial and before she went to her trial, she attacked her attorney.
Yes.
And she had to be like, started punching him and had to be like,
she's crazy.
Subdued. And then when she went for her sentencing, she had to wear that damn spit mask.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So this incident actually happened back in July. They just filed about it like just the other day. It's why it's in the news. So she has to be back in court on February 7th for battery. So she requested medical attention because a staple was lodged in her arm. So the security guard, the sergeant is what they're calling him, came and handcuffed her, took her to the medical room to meet with the nurse. The nurse has the little table right there, grabbed the tweezers, and she goes to pull the staple out of her arm, and she attacks the nurse. And so the security guard, sergeant guy, steps in the way so the nurse can get out of there. And then she attacks the security guard and hits him with the little nurse tray. And just crazy. So he had to subdue her. Other officers had to come in. They had to restrain her. They had to mace her. In the event, he was maced too, the sergeant.
Oh my gosh.
I think it was a female sergeant though. But she had a broken rib. She's had bruises. Not Taylor, the sergeant.
Oh my gosh.
She got attacked. The sergeant got attacked. And she had to take off a little bit. So
They need to put her in the hole.
Yeah. Is that still a thing?
I think it is. I mean, that's where they had Richard Allen. They had him in the dang solitary confinement. She needs to be in her own little. But is she on any like crazy stuff, medicine? I mean, surely
they had to evaluate her, and they had to say there's something wrong with her. I don't know if she's on any medication. It did say that she's like in a corrections institution.
That's what they're all called, though.
Are they?
Yes.
Okay, because I was like, they didn't put her like in a mental facility.
No, because according to me, they still don't have those.
They don't exist.
But they're all called. I always am like, why are they not called jails or prisons? They're just called correctional facility or whatever. I
guess so. I guess they are.
Yeah.
What about any updates on Mr. Mangione? He's got a fan club right now. Luigi Mangione.
Okay, you know they in New York they're now charging him with
murder one
or
and
for,
terrorism.
An act of terror. I don't get it. And I don't like Alvin Bragg either, so that could be a reason.
Well, Nancy Grace was just talking about it, and I don't know what constitutes it, but
they tried to explain
He was trying to incite fear into not only the CEOs, but also New York and people traveling to New York, and people may not travel to New York and go to Central Park because of what happened. And you have this gunman on the loose, which my good friend was literally in Central Park ice skating 2 days later. So it didn't stop anybody from going.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What's the difference in like any other person murdering somebody anywhere else? Like, is that not considered an act of terrorism? Like, what?
Yeah. I don't know if they'll be able to
I feel
stick with it.
I feel like it's maybe an overcharge, but I mean, obviously.
But murder one's good.
Yes,
yeah.
I just don't understand the terrorism part.
His mom is cooperating.
Yes, I saw that.
And there was some type of, he said something to his mom like a week before, but I couldn't find the quote anywhere.
Oh, I saw it. She made a quote. I don't think he made a quote to her because she couldn't find him. But she said, I think this is something my son is capable of.
Ooh,
something like that.
Shoot. That's hard to say. But he's got a fan club of people that think it's not him.
Yes.
They have raised him hundreds of thousands of dollars for his attorneys and commissary, I guess.
I know. He's going to get married 5 times in prison whenever he gets convicted, if he gets convicted. But yeah, that's so odd that there's this, like, they are just making him a hero or whatever.
Yeah, in love. So there was a school shooting this Monday in Madison, Wisconsin.
Yes.
Abundant Life Christian School, when a 15-year-old girl. I don't know that we've had a girl. We've had boys that wanted to be girls.
Well, we had the one Tennessee, the Nashville. Yeah. She was a girl who was a trans person who then was trying to be a boy, but was really a girl.
Okay. Well, I think Natalie is a girl. Because
at first,
every day she's a girl.
At first, when the police report came out for that one, or whenever they were doing the press conference, they were saying they were not going to say whether. They were not going to say the gender. They're like, we're not going to reveal the gender of the blah, blah, blah. And it was like, well, why are you not? So then at first it was going around that it was another trans person.
Yeah.
And then they were like, no, this is a girl, always been a girl, never was trying to be a boy or something. So why be shady about it and like just say.
What it's going to make people either think the trans or that it is a girl, because you don't ever try to hide when it's a boy.
Yeah.
I don't know. She was 15 years old. Her name was Natalie Rumpnow. She would also go by Samantha. shot a teacher, shot a student before shooting herself. She entered the school with 2 handguns. They don't know how she got the handguns. She had both parents, but she only lived with her
I
dad.
think the mom wasn't involved. The dad was kind of a weirdo.
They
She
had
hated her dad.
joint custody, but she primarily lived with her dad. So she would see her mom sometimes, but not very often. A second grade student is the one who made the 911 call to get the police out there.
That's so sad.
The why behind it is not completely known. She was in touch with this older man in Carlsbad who we found out that he was plotting an attack on a government building. So could this guy have talked her into
Encouraged
doing
her,
something like this? They've since kind of restrained him, put him on some type of house arrest, and took away his ability to have guns and own guns. It wasn't a specific what government building he wanted to attack, but he wanted to attack a building. Other people have alleged that there was bullying, but that has not been confirmed. She shot 14-year-old Ruby Vergara. Ruby was an avid reader. She loved art. She loved singing, and she loved playing in the band. And then 42-year-old teacher Aaron West that had been working at the school for forever.
You know, the worst part of these things is when it pops up when I see them and they pop up on Twitter and it's trending. It's
again.
Yeah, you're just kind of oh, here, it's another. And I don't click on it because I'm I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
It
doesn't seem. Because I didn't see that she went in and shot up the place like they did at Columbine.
Maybe since people aren't giving it, it's obvious it's getting attention talked about, but maybe since it just keeps happening, you think in the beginning people are wanting to become famous or infamous from it.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully that's starting to not be the case with these people, which I'm why are you going to shoot yourself? I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Were these people targeted? Did she just want a reason to go shoot somebody and then kill herself? Was this her way to kill herself? Is take some other people with her? I don't know. Hopefully we know more in the coming days and weeks. Long Island serial killers back in the news. Rex Heuermann.
I did see that too.
He has been charged
he caught
with
another charge.
a 7th murder, which that is probably not even half of what he really did. The death of Valerie Mack, whose remains were first found 24 years ago. A hunter's dog discovered her decapitated body in a wooded area in Long Island in 2000. Her remains were bound with the rope and inside of a plastic bag, which was wrapped with duct tape. Both of her hands had been severed from her body. One of her legs was cut off. The rest of Mac's remains were found a decade later, so in 2011, along Ocean Parkway near Gilgo Beach.
Okay, so what I was listening to is that they had the Gilgo 4, or they had the initial 4 that they did.
Uh-huh.
And then they have these other ones who were, what area did you say that was?
There was Maynardville.
Oh, maybe it was Maynardville or something like that. But anyways, they were thinking, okay, maybe Rex, at the beginning, they were okay, do we have 2 killers working at the same time in the same area? Because the first 4 were in the burlap sack or whatever, but they weren't decapitated and chopped up or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then these other ones were. So it was a completely different style.
Yeah.
So that's why I think maybe that's why it took longer for them to pin this on him, because it's completely different. But now they're saying, we think this is all him.
And as they keep going, they kind of change and figure out, I don't want to use these trash bags. I'm going to use a burlap sack. Maybe it's not worth taking the time to decapitate them.
Maybe he just
But he did that for identification. He cut off the head, he cut off the hands. Harder to identify. Mac's parents are very grateful for this small bit of closure. Obviously, they've known she's been dead, but didn't know who did it. So prosecutors said that they have linked Heuermann to this death by mitochondrial DNA of a female hair found on Mac's body that matched the profile of his wife and his daughter. His daughter would have been 3 to 4 years old back then.
How do you find
How does it keep being her hair?
I don't know. That wife was in on it.
Which my hair would probably be all over.
Oh, for sure. But
still, that's the only thing. Like, nothing of him has been related to him. It's just things that are connected to him.
So you're charging him for a murder based on his wife's hair.
Wife's hair. And, hold on, there was something else.
Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com. Get paid faster with Bill, the easiest way to send, receive, and manage your payments. No more delays, no more hassle. Whether you're a freelancer or a business, Bill makes payments seamless and secure, simple, fast, and reliable. Sign up today at Bill.com.
Also, they recovered some 350 electronic devices that included significant collection of violent bondage, torture, pornography, dating back to at least 1994. It included images of mutilations, tying up women with ropes, and that's consistent with how she was bound. So there was photos of these porns, and so her body was found just like these videos. I mean, just like these photos were. They found one document that he used to plan out his kills. So it was created in 2000, and it's under a section named supplies. He listed rope/cord, saw/cutting tools, foam drain cleaner, and then had DS disposal sites. And the disposal site name was where her remains was found. So he put where he was going to dump the body in this document. There's also a document called Body Prep.
Did he think he would forget? Or why would you write this?
Sometimes they're just so
cocky about it that they're like,
no, type A, plan it out. Because if you plan it out and you got a plan, you're not going to make mistakes and you'll get away with it. I mean, which he did. This is a trillion years later. He also had a document called Body Prep, which he said under that was to remove hands and head for identification purposes. He also kept tons of newspaper clippings and magazine clippings about the Gilgos serial killings that he kept pristine. He would go out and seek these magazines for his souvenirs and mementos of his crime. So when he appeared in court, he said, "Your Honor, I am not guilty of any of these crimes. I want my day in court."
All those things were planted
by my wife.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Let me create a reasonable doubt and blame it on my wife.
Yeah, I don't know why my wife's there on it. I mean, how many more people are they going to charge him with before they even do any trial or any, when does it even, how long does he just stay in custody before that happens? I don't know.
I don't know either.
And I thought New York didn't allow cameras in the court, and they have cameras in the court when they do these little hearings.
Really? Maybe just for the little hearings and not for the full.
Well, they can't trick us like that.
Well,
you got to have the whole trial there.
Do it then.
And I mean, I know typically federal crimes are not on camera. No cameras, no, whatever they're called. Cameras in the courtroom. But that Daniel Penny case wasn't federal, and he didn't have cameras. So I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand New York.
Utah? Shall we go?
Oh, gosh.
There was a family of 5 found dead in their home in Utah. It's called West City, maybe?
Oh.
So a family member was concerned. It's called West Valley City.
Okay.
A family member was very concerned when she did not talk to the mom of the house, right? And they usually talk all the time. She couldn't get a hold of her. So she did a welfare. She called, got the police, welfare check. Police knocked on the door. Nobody answered. They looked through the window. Nothing looked in disarray. They had no reason to penetrate the house, so they went back in. They left. The next day, that same mom didn't show up for work. So the family member that called for the welfare check went over to the house herself, let herself in through the garage, and on the floor in the garage was the 17-year-old son, shot, wounded, but alive.
What? She
calls the police. He's taken to the hospital. He is still alive, but his it has to be a head injury because he's not able to talk.
Oh.
Police are not able to question him to see what happened. But also in the house was a 42-year-old man dead, 38-year-old woman, an 11-year-old boy, and 2 girls aged 9 and aged 2, all dead, gunshot wounds in the house. One report said they do not believe, or all the reports said that they do not believe there's a suspect on the loose. They believe that this is it happened in the household. Somebody in that household that did it. So it was some type of murder-suicide. They're not sure who. They did find a gun under the man's body. So it seems like it would be him. Mm-hmm. Or is it like the story you did where the son did it and tried to blame it on, put the guns next to the dad to blame it on
Is he the only one
dad?
That is
the son is the only one that is alive right now, but he cannot talk. He cannot speak. They still don't know what happened.
I kind of hope it was him then, because that's even worse to be just there and you can't talk and speak and you're still alive.
Yeah. But when he can speak, he can say what he wants.
Well, maybe he will never be able to speak again.
Yeah, yeah. So
maybe he'd just be a vegetable.
The house is a crime scene.
Wow.
They're trying to determine. But this is what got me about the neighbors. I know. The neighbors were like, this never happens. This is stuff you see in L.A. No, ma'am. This is stuff we see in Utah. This is stuff you definitely
see in Utah.
All the time.
All the time. So
you didn't even have to print Utah in the article, and we would have known.
We would have known. I don't know what's worse, Utah or Florida. I feel like Utah is.
Ooh, okay, this one's a little weird. I saw this maybe this weekend. Can I click on it? There was a triple homicide in Ohio. Yeah.
Yes, I saw that, and then I didn't see anything about it, and then I was like, well, what just happened? So tell me. I can't wait.
A friend was going to this house in Ohio to check on the wife of a man who was killed 3 days prior.
Okay.
So 3 days before this happened, the husband, the man that I guess that would live in this house, was shot on the street, like in the front yard or something.
Yeah.
So a friend was going to check on him. And when he arrived, he saw a dead body and another dead body. All 3 women were dead at the scene. He called the police, and so it was all over the news. And so now the Ohio thinks that there is a serial killer on the loose randomly shooting people. But these have to be related. The wife was not dead, was not in the house though. So there's 3 women in there, but it was not the wife. The wife was at the hospital getting cancer treatment.
The hell?
So these 3 women, I'm still not sure what relation they have to the woman and the man that got killed. But now it's kind of coming out that the wife has been sick and that the man might have been selling drugs to help pay for her treatment. And then other places I read that the man ran that house kind of like a trap house.
Oh, hell.
So could this been a drug deal gone bad? Could this been, I don't know, he owed somebody money?
3 women living in this house.
Why are these 3 women living in this house? Are you tricking them out? It's like, what is it? So that investigation is ongoing. I just want to know what was going on in this house and why did the husband get killed? And did they go back to shut everybody up?
I don't know, but they say this is not a
serial killer at all.
Nope.
So there's the Ohio, and then I think that was it of my true crime because I didn't know if there was any Jay-Z updates. Popcorn Corner, and then I was going to take it to College Football Corner.
Ooh, go to College Football Corner. I don't have any Jay-Z updates. I haven't heard anything.
I did see on something that J-Lo and Beyonce's name has been named. J-Lo and Beyonce's name were dropped in the
I saw that too,
affidavit, but I didn't know if it was real.
I didn't either.
Probably because we both saw it on TikTok.
No, I see everything on Twitter.
And then...
But I didn't see an article. I just saw like a girl talking about it. Like, so to me, I need to see like actual like reporting.
Yeah.
But then they did say something about the girl who did the accuser of Jay-Z retracted some of the things that she was, or like
she was saying, yeah, my memory, it doesn't serve me, you know.
So basically, it sounds like she got paid off.
Well, the dad is coming out and saying, I picked her up from that night, from that concert, and I don't know what she's talking about. Like basically negating what she says. So I think Daddy, if anything, has been paid off.
Oh my gosh. What in the world?
Let's just get you, go and get this money. Let's get you some therapy. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yep.
Okay. 2 big things happened in football. 3 big things happened in college football just this week. Well, football. Right now, in high school, they are debating if they will let high school athletes transfer at least one time to a school for athletic purposes. You know, right now, you cannot. If they find out, so say you're in high school and West wanted you to come and jump for them, and you transferred and went to West and they found out for that, you would have to sit out a year. Or you'd have to go back to your school. You don't transfer.
I guess
it's like high school coaches can't recruit, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I did not know
now they're
that was
saying, you didn't know that was a thing? That there was a rule?
I didn't know that was some, I guess. I just didn't think that people did that.
Oh, yeah. Well,
but I guess maybe it's obviously probably just like
the bigger schools can do it more and more.
I guess a lot of people would go like, oh, I'm going to go to Midway to play or whatever.
Yeah.
Wherever to play like baseball or
going
something.
To the DFW schools. I'm going to go to DeSoto or Duncanville because I know I'm going to get me a championship and I know I'm probably going to get recruited, even though I've lived in Waco my whole life. Okay.
Doesn't mean you're going to actually make I mean, you know.
Yeah. Now you are allowed to do that. So now
you used to not be able to do that?
You used to not be able to do that. You would lose eligibility. You would have to sit out a year if you moved for athletic purposes.
If they found out about it or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. And what would happen is a coach can just call, it's not NCAA, UIL.
Oh, he done gone Karen on you. He gonna rat you out.
So that's a big change that may happen. But also what just passed, the Vanderbilt quarterback. Okay, he just played his last year at Vanderbilt, and he got a lawyer, and he basically has a lawsuit against NCAA because he wants his year that he played JUCO of eligibility back. He's saying that if you go to a junior college, it should not count towards your eligibility. He won. And now NCAA just made the rule that if any athlete has played at a junior college 1 or 2 years, you can get that eligibility back. So it used to be maybe you go to JUCO, graduate, transfer, and you play your last 2 years.
Because you weren't good enough to go to the bigger, like to the...
Or a lot of times, here's what happened. A lot of times it was your grades. Like they couldn't get into the bigger universe. So you did have a lot of like 4 and 5 star.
They can get you in if you're like that level of good.
I don't know. But, or you have bounce backs. So they start off at a big college. Something happened. They went to JUCO. Okay. So all these players right now are getting extra eligibility if they went to junior college, which nobody's really happy about it besides this quarterback. So that was a big thing. And then the NIL deal that goes viral. See if you think this is a great deal. I had to screenshot it.
Okay, what do you think about the JUCO thing?
I don't know.
Like,
I mean, I feel like it's real
JUCO for 2 years. Okay, and then you're 2 more years at the other college.
There's your 4 years.
What else? I mean, I guess you could get your master's or something.
Yeah.
Like you could go to grad school and then still play, and unless you go pro, which I mean, okay.
Yeah. So I guess he's just like, I'm at a SEC now. I've had my best year. I don't want to be done.
Who would even think to even bring that up as why would it not count? It's a college.
I know. It's a college and you win championships and you're going against other athletes, but somebody agrees.
That is crazy. Well, I guess you can't say no to anybody.
And
you're
you
going to
had
be
great- like
you're going
Cam
to offend
Newton.
them. You're going to be offensive. It's going to be racist, or it's going to be
I don't know.
whatever it's going to be one of the isms.
But like you had great athletes that went to JUCO. Cam Newton went to junior college and plenty of NFL people. So anyways, it's all over Twitter. But here's this NIL deal. Micah Hudson. He is transferring. He was a 5-star athlete coming out of high school. He's transferring from Texas Tech. I'm not going to tell you which school. I'm going to let you guess what school. Here's his NIL deal. He gets $700,000 minimum wire up front for a 1-year deal to sign immediately. So he's in the transfer portal, okay? Then he gets a separate NIL deal for 3 cars, one for him, but then he's going to get one, but 3 cars for other family members so that they have a way to make it to all his games if he signs immediately. He also gets a personal driver with either Cadillac, SU, or SUV starting from spring practice through the end of the season. So if you don't feel like they'll come pick you up for practice,
this is a college.
Take you to school.
This is another college who's recruiting this kid who's coming from what's the school he's coming from?
He's coming from Texas Tech.
Okay, he's coming from Texas Tech.
Yes.
And
he didn't even have an amazing year.
And he's been recruited and they're like, hey, we're going to give you this, this, and this, and this. And then he has to be like, they're like, you got to tell us by like 48 hours. And I'm supposed to guess the school?
Here's the last one. This is my favorite one. They also said that you get free hotel for up to 10 family members and travel arrangements for every single game. So you have 10 of your family that can come watch you for every game. You get free hotel and they get free travel, even though you've already given them a car to get to the game. So I guess free flights if they need to fly. And then medical injury time off, which I don't know what that's going to entail. Guess the college program.
Baylor.
No, they don't got it.
Texas. I mean, it's gonna. What is Texas A&M?
A&M.
Oh, hell.
They're known. Which the 700. Kids are getting millions right now.
That's insane.
But the fact that it is all this other stuff is like why it went viral. Because a kid can get $1 million or $2 million or whatever. But all this, and a car, but all this extra stuff, it was just caught my eye.
Like what? I guess I don't know what is, and this all just started like what, last year?
Maybe
couple
so.
years ago?
Yeah, year maybe.
They were able to get their
paid off name,
this is
image, likeness.
insane.
But see, now it's coming out that like
How? Where did they get all this
paid
money?
Johnny Manziel $3 million to stay an extra year and not go to the NFL.
Under the table?
Under the table. So it's always happened. Now it can happen legally. But now everybody's knowing about it.
From? I guess it's like, this is your scholarship?
Oh, this is above your scholarship.
I mean, yeah, but like, I guess it's like, that's wild. You don't listen. I was real excited whenever I went from Texas State to A&M, and they were like, "Here you go. Here's your shoes and your
get wardrobe,
tracksuit, and your warm ups, and you're this, and you're this, and then you're this, and here's this whole bag of stuff, clothes and shoes and blah blah blah." And I was like, "Oh, like." But you turned it in the back. You turn it back in at the end of the year because Texas State. That's what you had to do. And they're like, "No, you keep it." I was like,
forever.
You keep it?
And you get fall line and you get a spring line.
I was just excited to keep some pants and some shoes. Could you imagine getting a damn car and $1 million? I'm telling you,
houses,
now
they're giving houses to people.
Now they're spoiling them. They could
now
have
they're
just gone
spoiled.
without them.
You can't go backwards. And
I'm about to go back. Listen, y'all didn't tell me. I'm trying to go back and high jump again.
Caroline still has eligibility.
I probably do. Got at least
all right,
one.
there's the quickie, y'all. We went off the rails a little bit. We will see y'all Thursday for a full episode. Where are we going, ma'am?
We're going to North Carolina.
North Carolina. Don't forget to
stay aware,
stay alive,
and always be DTF.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.